everyone, welcome back to my channel and I hope all of you are doing good. Today we have a lot to talk on AI overviews and let's get started with the discussion. So Google yesterday ran 8.5 billion searches and nobody knows how many of them ended without a single click on the website. This is not because users did not find anything on the website, but Google answered them directly right there in a block which is generated by AI at the top of the page. And this block is called AI overviews. And if you are anywhere close to SEO, content marketing, or anything which is related to website traffic, this is the thing that you need to understand. And I'm going to do this video in two parts. In first part is the foundation on what AI overviews actually are and how they mechanically work and how where they are taking the traffic from, and just no hype, no doom, just simple what's happening. So part 2 is going into the signals, what makes page more likely to get cited in AI overviews, what structural, technical, and content choices actually move the needle. So if you are already across the basics, feel free to skip straight there. And a quick note that I am not a commentator, I am a practitioner, and whatever you hear in this video is coming from the knowledge that I have gained over my 12 plus years of experience in different industries. I have worked in B2B, B2C, and B2G segments, and whatever you hear is coming from the experience that I have gained in all of these industries and not from reading some random blogs. Rewind to 1998 when Google's entire value proposition was relying on 10 blue links. So you type a query, you get the answer, you land on the website, and then revenue generated and everybody wins. And then Google started answer the questions directly. In 2014, featured snippet came followed by knowledge panel. People also asked boxes, and each one pulled the information to the surface, reducing the need of clicking on the website. 2023 was the time when people started noticing sudden decline in their clicks. Their CTR is going down, and suddenly world's dominant search engine is not sending anyone anywhere. And then in 2024, Google officially launched AI overviews, which was previously called search generative engine, and it was pulling the information from just one source. And then different variants came, and then it used to call AI overviews, and now it is not just pulling the information from one source, it is getting information from 5 6 different sources, or maybe zero sources depending upon the query type. And now it has started synthesizing the AI responses. So when Google receives a query, it thinks that user would benefit from synthesized results. So it generally happens with informational comparison and how to query. So what it does, it generates the responses and uses its own large language models and fetches the information specifically which is indexed already into the system. And all of this information appears above the organic results, sometimes with the citations and sometimes without any links or brand mentions. So it doesn't happen with all the queries. So as of now, commercial pages, product pages, and pages with transactional intent are still safe. Let's say people have asked something like, show me the phones, and this is not showing the intent of user of buying phones. But let's say there is another query which shows, show me under phones under 10,000, which shows buying intent. Now these are the people who are actually willing to buy, not just seeking information or just exploring. So these kind of queries will still make people land on your website. And situations that have taken the hardest hit, I think informational content, FAQs, blogs, explainers, guides, all of these pages and websites which are heavily driven on these type of content have taken the hardest hit. And now it's time to change. And the citations that you see in AI overview sections are not backlinks. They are not adding any value in terms of, improving authority of your site or of your web page. These things are the signals that Google's model believe that your content is trustworthy or actually solving the user's intent. So that's how, it's a different game altogether. It's not similar to what traditional SEO was. There's a report which says that organic traffic will be dropped by 50% in 2028. So take this as directional, not literal. But there are another reports like by other companies, which says that 80% of users are relying on AI summaries for 40% of their queries. And this is really eye opener. And the websites that they have taken the hardest hits, basically, which were heavily relying on informational content, on listicles, guides, explainers, and most favorite, FAQs. So if you are somewhere lying in all of these categories, then I'm sorry, my friend, that you are in a blast radius. And it gets more nuanced by regions. AI Overviews was first launched in US, and eventually it rolled out globally, targeting English-speaking countries first. And if you are working in APAC and LATAM, the exposure would be very different. Timeline would be different, but impact of the overall rollout is almost same. And there are countries which where Google is not dominating the search results, like there is Baidu, and there is Never in Korea. So all of these countries are dealing with different kind of AI implementation, so we'll come back to that later. And the segment which is least affected right now is revolving around long tail queries, branded searches, local searches, and then something which is related to transactional. All of these types are still click friendly, and having retaining the good CTR. And here's the mistake that mostly SEOs are doing. They are considering AI overviews as a threat, and there is a lot of pushback that, we don't want to do this, we don't want to do that. The teams which are going to navigate through this aren't the ones who are avoiding AI overviews, but the ones who are figuring out that what best could be done in order to get cited in AI overviews, right? It's a shift, and that is from, just being ranked to just being referenced. And that's something that we all have to navigate. And currently, we also need to look at this from a different perspective, from different lens. That earlier success metrics was in terms of CTR. Click through rate, better click through rate was considered as, wow, or like we are doing really good. But now there are other things, like, let's talk about the citation rate. If you have good citation rate, you're good. So traditional SEO was all about links. You get the maximum number of authority links and you will win the situation. You will get the most of the traffic, and then you will be rewarded. But this shift, generative engine optimization, is all about the language, how you structure the content. Can your website content be trusted? Can AI tools read your content and show it to the users? So it's all about the trustworthiness around the content, expertise that you show in your content. It's a tactical shift. It's a structural shift, not a tactical shift, right? So I think let's just start working towards that, and that's going to help a lot of SEOs in the future. So in part 2, I'm going to talk about what it means in practice. So this was the foundation to make you understand that how it works, what is the mechanism, how the shift is happening from ranking to citations. So part 2 is going to cover like what kind of pages get cited in AI overview section, the EAT structure, FAQs infrastructure, and trustworthiness about the content, and the freshness of the content. So stay tuned. We'll meet in the next video. Thank you.